Hello student, I am Sangeeta Mansukhani. This is the video number 54. In the last video I explained textual exercise question 1 to 15 and today I will be explain start from question number 16. Question number 16. Among the second period elements that actual ionization enthalpies are in the order this way: lithium, boron, beryllium, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, fluorine, neon. So explain why. First, beryllium has higher delta H than boron. Okay. And then second one, oxygen has lower delta ionization enthalpy than nitrogen and fluorine. Okay. So here you see neon. This is the order of the actual ionization enthalpy of neon. Neon higher because it is a noble gas configuration. Okay. So here question number first, beryllium has higher than boron. Okay, so why? Because during the process of the ionization, electron be removed from beryllium atom is a 2s electron, and whereas the electron to be removed from boron atom is a 2p orbital, because beryllium s block and boron is 2 p block element. So beryllium atom is 2s electron and then boron atom is 2p electron. So now 2s electron are more strongly attached to the nucleus than 2p electron. So more energy is required to remove a 2s electron of beryllium than that required to remove a 2p electron of boron. So beryllium has higher delta H than boron. Okay, because more energy required to remove 2s electron of beryllium comparison than 2p, because nucleus nearer S, then after P. So nucleus are nearer S block, so maximum energy required. Okay. Then question second, oxygen has lower than nitrogen and fluorine. Nitrogen, the 3 2p electron of nitrogen occupy 3 different orbitals, and oxygen 2 of 4 2p electrons of oxygen occupy the same 2p orbital, because nitrogen and oxygen both of p orbital elements. So this result in increase the electron repulsion in oxygen atom. So result, the electron required to remove the 4 2p electrons from oxygen is less than comparison to the energy required to remove one of the electron 3 2p electron from nitrogen. Okay, so oxygen has lower than delta H, lower ionization enthalpy than nitrogen. But fluorine also, because fluorine contains 1 electron and 1 proton more than the oxygen, so electron is being added to the same shell. So increase electron, so increase the nuclear attraction. So greater than nuclear attraction, increasing repulsion, electronic repulsion. So the valence electrons in the fluorine atoms experience a more effective nuclear charge than that by the electrons present in oxygen. As a result, more energy is required to remove an electron from fluorine atom than comparison than remove an electron from oxygen atom. So oxygen has lower ionization enthalpy than fluorine. Okay, because fluorine have maximum electron added to the same shell. So nuclear attraction increase comparison than increase electronic repulsion. Okay, so valence electron in fluorine atom experience a more effective nuclear charge than that of the by the electron present in oxygen. Okay, understood? So more energy required in the fluorine atom. Question number 17. How would you explain the fact that the first ionization enthalpy of sodium is lower than that of magnesium, but its second ionization enthalpy is higher than that of magnesium? How would you explain the fact that the first ionization enthalpy of sodium is lower than that of magnesium, but its second ionization enthalpy is higher than that of magnesium? Okay, so first ionization enthalpy of sodium lower. Na is a 11th atomic number. Okay, so the first ionization enthalpy of sodium is lower than that of magnesium. It's 2 reasons. First, the atomic size of the sodium is greater than magnesium. Second, effective nuclear charge of magnesium is higher than Na. Size of Na is greater. Second, effective nuclear charge of magnesium is higher. So the energy required to remove an electron from magnesium is more than that energy required in a sodium. So first ionization enthalpy of sodium is lower than magnesium. So second ionization enthalpy sodium is higher than magnesium. So this is because after losing an electron, it still have one electron in the 3s orbital. Because sodium have 11. One electron when removed. So 10, one electron remove. Okay, but from second electron remove require more energy. Okay, so first ionization enthalpy of sodium is lower, but second ionization enthalpy of sodium is higher than magnesium, because losing of the n electron, it still has one electron in 3s orbital. In order to attain the stable noble gas configuration, it still has to lose one more electron. So the energy required to remove the second electron in case of sodium is much higher than that magnesium. Hence the second ionization enthalpy of sodium is higher than that of magnesium. So in order to attain the stable noble gas configuration, it still has to lose one electron, and so the energy required to remove the second electron in case of sodium, okay, because it is much higher than the magnesium, and second ionization enthalpy of sodium is higher than that of magnesium. Then question number 18, what are the various factors due to which the ionization enthalpy of the main group elements tends to decrease down a group? What are the various factors due to which the ionization enthalpy of the main group elements tend to decrease down a group? So which factor affect the ionization enthalpy whenever we have to go down a group? So factors, first is, there are two factors. First is increase in atomic size of the element, because we have to go down a group, okay, so the number of shell increase, and number of shell we increase, that means size increase gradually, okay, on moving down the group. And distance of the valence electron from the nucleus also increase, and electrons are not held very strongly, so they can be removed easily and ionization enthalpy decrease. Okay, so increase in atomic size of the elements, we move down a group, so number of shell increase, so result the atomic size increase gradually on moving down the group, and distance of the valence electron from the nucleus also increases. Electrons are not held very strongly, and so they can be removed easily and ionization enthalpy decrease. Second factor of the decrease the ionization enthalpy, increase in the shielding effect. Increase in the shielding effect, that is means the number of inner shell of electrons increase on moving down a group. So shielding of the valence electron from the nucleus by the inner core electrons increase down a group, because shielding of the valence electron from the nucleus by the inner core electrons increase down a group. As a result, valence electrons are not held very tightly by the nucleus. Okay, so the energy required to remove a valence electron down the group. Okay, so energy required to remove a valence electron decrease down a group. Question number 19. The first ionization enthalpy values in kilojoule mole inverse of group 13 elements are boron 801, aluminium 577, gallium 579, and indium 558 and thallium 589. So here you see sequence is first ionization enthalpy values given. So how would you explain this deviation from the general trends? Because see, deviation in the ionization enthalpy. Boron, aluminium, gallium, indium, thallium. This is the down the group. Okay, so down the group, so we have to already known about on moving down a group, ionization enthalpy decrease due to the increase in atomic size and the shielding. Because in the question number 18, I also already explained. On moving down the group 13, because this is the group is 13, aluminium, gallium. So ionization enthalpy decreased from boron to aluminium, but gallium has higher ionization enthalpy than aluminium. Aluminium follows after S block, whereas gallium follows after D block. So shielding provided by D electron is not very effective, and these don't shield the valence electron. Shield, that is means not covered by the valence electron. Valence electron of gallium a greater effective nuclear charge than aluminium. So further move from gallium to indium, ionization enthalpy decreased due to increase in size, because we have to go up to down. So ionization enthalpy decrease, reason because size increase and shielding also increase. But on moving from indium to thallium, so ionization enthalpy increase. So only for changes in the ionization enthalpy. Then thallium follows after 4f and 5d electrons. So shielding provided by the electrons in both orbitals, 4f and 5d. But it is not very effective. So ionization enthalpy of thallium ion on higher side. Okay, so only for this trend changes present in the ionization enthalpy due to the due to the reason size and shielding. Question number 20. Which of the following pairs of the element would have more negative electron gain enthalpy? Which of the following pairs of the element would have a more negative electron gain enthalpy? Negative electron gain enthalpy, that is means those enthalpy required for gaining the electron. So here first oxygen or fluorine, and second one given fluorine or chlorine. So first oxygen or fluorine. Oxygen and fluorine present in the same period. Fluorine has one proton and one neutron more than oxygen, as an electron is being added to the same shell. So atomic of fluorine less than oxygen. Then fluorine contain one proton more comparison than oxygen. So its nucleus can attract the incoming electron more strongly comparison than oxygen. So fluorine needs only one electron more electron to attain the stable noble gas configuration, because fluorine 17 group element. So one electron one add, so complete the 18. So it is find the noble gas configuration. So electron gain enthalpy of fluorine more negative comparison than oxygen. Clear? Then second, fluorine and chlorine. Fluorine and chlorine belong to the same group. So electron gain enthalpy usually becomes less negative on moving down a group, and the value of the electron gain enthalpy of chlorine negative greater than fluorine, because the atomic size of the fluorine is smaller comparison than Cl, and also electron will be added to the quantum level n is equal to 2. But in chlorine, electron added to quantum level 3. So there are less electron repulsion in chlorine, and then additional electron can be accommodated easily. So electron gain enthalpy of chlorine is more negative comparison than fluorine. Then question number 21. Would you expect the second electron gain enthalpy of oxygen as positive, more negative or less negative than the first? Second electron gain enthalpy of oxygen as positive, more negative, less negative than the first? Justify your answer. When an electron is added to the oxygen atom to form O- ion, so energy released. So first electron gain enthalpy of oxygen is negative, because first electron gain, so electron release, so formation O minus G. Okay, so negative. And when electron is added to O minus ion to form O2 minus ion, so energy has to be given out, because first energy released and second one energy has to be given out in order to overcome the strong electronic repulsion. So secondary electron gain enthalpy of oxygen is positive because strong electronic repulsion. So O minus plus electron gaining, so O2 minus gas. So positive also and negative also oxygen. Then question number 22. What is the basic difference between the terms electron gain enthalpy and electronegativity? Basic difference between the terms electron gain enthalpy and electronegativity. Okay. Electron gain enthalpy is the measure of the tendency of an isolated gaseous atom to accept an electron. Okay, and whereas electronegativity is the measure of the tendency of an atom in a chemical compound to attract a shared pair of electrons. So when any atom attract the shared pair of the electron, so it is a measure quantity known as electronegativity. And if the accept an electron, only electron, okay, from an isolated gaseous atom to accept an electron, so this is the measurable quantity electron gain enthalpy. Accept one electron, and here electronegativity, that is the shared pair of electron. Okay, so this is the main difference between the electron gain enthalpy and electronegativity. Question number 23. How would you react to the statement that the electronegativity of nitrogen on Pauling scale is 3.0 in all the nitrogen compounds? How would you react to the statement that the electronegativity of nitrogen on Pauling scale is 3.0 in all nitrogen compounds? Electronegativity of an element is a variable property. Electronegativity of an element is a variable property, and it is different in different compounds. Hence, the statement which says that the electronegativity of nitrogen on Pauling scale is 3.0 in all nitrogen compound is incorrect. So, the electronegativity of nitrogen is different in NH3 and NO2. Okay, so electronegativity of an element is variable property and it is different in different compounds. So that is means statements which says that the electronegativity of nitrogen on Pauling scale is 3.0 but in all nitrogen compounds is incorrect. Okay, so electronegativity of the nitrogen is different in ammonia and nitro group. Okay. Then question number 24. Describe the theory associated with the radius of an atom. Is it gains an electron and loses an electron? Describe the theory associated with the radius of an atom as it first is gains an electron and second one loses an electron. First is gain an electron. That is means when an electron gains an electron, so its size increase. And when electron is added, so number of electron goes up to by 1. Result, increase in repulsion among the electron. So the number of proton remains the same because electron gain. So electron number of the electron increase, but number of the proton remains the same. So as a result, the effective nuclear charge of the atom decrease and radius increase. Okay, because here you see in nucleus proton and neutron present. Okay, number of proton and number of electron. Outer shell electron. Okay, so if 5 proton and then 5 electron, but when 1 electron increase, so here in the shell 1 electron increase. So if 1 electron increase but not a increase proton, so number of the electron increase, so size increase, radius increase. Okay, but its effective nuclear charge decrease. Okay. Second, losses an electron. And when atom loss an electron, so number of the electrons 1 down, so nuclear charge remains the same because no differentiate. Okay, but electron repulsion in the atom decrease. As a result, effective nuclear charge increase but radius of the atom decrease. Okay, the effective nuclear charge increase and the radius of the atom decrease. So when an atom lost an electron, so the number of the electron, one in electron decrease. So nuclear charge remains the same, but here radius decrease. Okay. So result, effective nuclear charge increase and radius decrease. Okay. So this is the main difference, gain of the electron and then loss of an electron. Question number 25th. Would you expect the first ionization enthalpies for two isotopes of the same element to be the same or different? First ionization enthalpy for two isotopes, same element, to be the same or different? The ionization enthalpy of an atom depends on the number of the electron and proton of that atom. Ionization enthalpy of an atom depend on the number of the electron and proton of that atom. So now the isotope of an element have the same number of the proton and electron. Isotopes means same number of the proton and electron. So therefore the first ionization enthalpy for two isotopes of the same element should be the same. Okay. Ionization enthalpy of an atom depends on the number of the proton and number of the electron of that atom. So now that isotopes of an element, same number of the proton and electron. So therefore first ionization enthalpy for two isotopes of the same element should be the same. Next question I will be explained in next video. Thank you so much.